Picture yourself caught in a dense jungle surrounded by a tangled web of vines that creep tighter with every step. These aren't just any vines, they're the endless scrolls, the relentless notifications, the seductive glow of screens that pull you in hour after hour. They wrap around your mind, choke your focus, and strangle the very growth you crave. You feel it, don't you? That creeping weight, that subtle theft of your time, your energy, your purpose. Welcome to the battle for your mind, a battle where social media is the unseen predator, and you are both the prey and the warrior who can break free. This is the start of a journey to take back control. In a world where every ping and post fights for your attention, you must learn to see the web for what it is, a trap that fragments your focus and scatters your dreams. Here in this moment, we begin to unravel how social media ensnares you, how it steals the clarity you need to build a life of meaning. Feel the urgency, sense the stakes. You're not just fighting for hours in a day, you're fighting for the very essence of who you can become. Let's step into this jungle together and cut through the vines that bind. Meet Alex, a young professional with fire in their veins and a vision for the future. They started their career with a clear goal to climb the ranks, to create something lasting, to prove their worth through grit and skill. But somewhere along the way, the jungle crept in. After long days at the office, Alex would collapse onto the couch, phone in hand, scrolling through feeds that promised connection, but delivered only distraction. A quick check turned into an hour, then two. Deadlines loomed, projects piled up, and emails went unanswered. The glow of the screen became a false comfort, a numbing escape from the stress of ambition. But with every swipe, Alex felt more drained, more hollow. Their focus shattered like glass under a hammer, and the vision they once held so tightly began to blur. One night, staring at a missed deadline notification while the clock ticked past midnight, Alex felt the weight of the vines. They weren't just losing time, they were losing themselves. The social media web had wrapped around their mind, pulling them away from the work that mattered, the growth they craved. But in that moment of exhaustion, a spark ignited. Alex put the phone down, took a deep breath, and whispered, "Enough." They saw the trap for what it was, a thief of focus, a chokehold on their potential. The lesson was raw and clear: until you cut the vines, they will strangle every seed of progress you plant. To reclaim your mind, you must first see the web that binds you. Now imagine Sarah, a devoted parent who cherishes every fleeting moment with her young children. She dreamed of bedtime stories, of laughter over messy art projects, of being fully present as her kids grew. But the jungle found her too. After tucking the kids in, Sarah would sit down with her phone, intending just a quick peek at updates from friends or a funny video to unwind. But the vines of endless feeds pulled her deeper. Notifications buzzed like insects in the night, each one demanding attention. Minutes turned to hours, and before she knew it, the house was silent. The night was gone, and she hadn't even noticed her youngest calling for a glass of water. One evening, Sarah looked up from her screen to see her daughter's drawing on the table, a picture of the family. But Sarah's face was missing. "Mommy, you're always on your phone," the little voice said, cutting deeper than any blade. The vines tightened in that moment, but they also woke her. She saw how social media had stolen irreplaceable moments, how it fragmented her presence until she was a shadow in her own home. The lesson burned into her soul. The web doesn't just take your time, it takes your heart, your connection, your life. To grow as a parent, as a person, you must slash through the distractions and stand fully in the moments that matter most. Step back for a moment and look at this tangled web of vines with clear eyes. Social media isn't just a tool or a pastime. It's a jungle that grows wild around your mind, its roots sinking deeper with every unchecked scroll. It promises connection, but delivers isolation. It offers inspiration, but breeds comparison. It whispers that you're staying informed, but in truth, it fragments your focus into 1,000 useless shards. How many hours have you lost to this jungle? How many ideas, relationships, or dreams have withered because your attention was ensnared by a feed that never ends? Think of your mind as fertile soil ready to nurture seeds of purpose and growth. But when the vines of distraction take hold, they choke out everything else. They don't just steal your time, they steal your clarity, your will, your very ability to choose. As Stephen Covey once wrote in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Yet how can you do that when a buzzing screen dictates your every pause? The jungle doesn't care about your goals, it thrives on your inattention, growing thicker with every swipe. You must become the gardener of your own mind, wielding the blade of intention to cut back what no longer serves you. Let's go deeper. Feel the weight of a mind fragmented by the web. Every notification is a tug, every post a detour, every like a fleeting rush that leaves you emptier than before. Your thoughts, once a mighty river carving a path toward purpose, are now scattered like raindrops in a storm, directionless, powerless. The vines of social media don't just bind your time, they fracture your very essence. They pull you into 100 shallow pools, never letting you dive deep into the one thing that matters. Have you ever stopped to count the cost? How much of your soul has been splintered by the endless noise? Picture a blacksmith forging a blade. Each strike must be focused, deliberate, or the steel will crack. Your mind is that steel, and social media is the careless hammer that strikes without aim. Fragmentation is the enemy of mastery, of peace, of growth. To reclaim your power, you must gather the pieces of your attention and forge them into something unbreakable. The jungle will fight you. It will lure you back with promises of relevance or amusement, but you are stronger. You are the keeper of your focus, the architect of your mind. Cut through the vines and let your thoughts flow once more, like a river, unstoppable and true. Now let's arm you with a blade to cut through this web. The first step to reclaiming your mind is to see the trap for what it is. Pause before you pick up your phone. Ask yourself, what am I seeking right now? Connection, escape, knowledge. Be brutally honest. Most often, you'll find that social media offers none of these in a lasting way. It's a mirage in the jungle, promising water, but leaving you thirstier. Once you see this, set a boundary. Limit your time to 20 minutes a day for a week. Use a timer if you must. When it rings, put the device down, no excuses. Notice how your mind feels when it's not tethered to the screen. Lighter, clearer. That's the first vine snapping. Next, replace the habit. When the urge to scroll strikes, redirect that energy. Pick up a book, write a single thought in a journal, or simply sit in silence and breathe. You're not just cutting back, you're planting new seeds in the soil of your mind. As Robin Sharma reminds us in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, your life is the sum total of your choices. Choose focus over fragmentation. Choose growth over the jungle's grip. Start small, but start now. Every moment you reclaim is a victory. Here's another tool to wield against the web. Build a fortress around your focus. Begin by identifying your sacred hours, those moments in your day when your energy is highest, your mind sharpest. For some, it's the quiet of early morning. For others, the stillness of late night. Guard these hours with ferocity. Turn off notifications, put your phone in another room, or use apps that block distracting sites. Create a space where the vines cannot reach. This isn't just about avoiding social media. It's about reclaiming your right to think deeply, to create boldly, to live intentionally. During these sacred hours, pour your attention into one thing that matters. A project, a conversation, a personal goal. Whatever it is, let it have all of you. Feel the power of an unbroken mind. Notice how much more you achieve when the jungle's whispers are silenced. Over time, expand these hours. Build walls of discipline around more of your day. You're not just cutting vines, you're clearing a path to a life of purpose. Every brick in this fortress is a choice, every wall a triumph. Stand firm and let nothing steal your focus again. We've walked through the jungle together, seen the tangled web of vines that social media weaves around your mind. You've felt the weight of fragmented focus through Alex's missed deadlines and Sarah's lost moments. You've peered into the deeper truths of distraction and fragmentation, understanding that this web doesn't just take your time, it takes your growth, your clarity, your very essence. And you've armed yourself with tools to cut back, to step away, to build a fortress around what matters most. The takeaway is clear: to take back control of your mind, you must first recognize the trap that binds you and choose to break free. This is only the beginning. The jungle is vast and the vines are stubborn, but you hold the blade of intention. Wield it with courage. As we move forward, we'll forge deeper strategies to not just cut back, but to cultivate a mind that thrives beyond the reach of distraction. For now, let this truth anchor you. You are stronger than the web. Slash through it, reclaim your focus, and watch your life begin to grow. Final mantra: cut the vines. Your mind is yours to reclaim. Picture a mighty river, its current strong and purposeful, carving a path through ancient stone toward a distant, boundless sea. That river is you, your mind, your focus, your potential. But now imagine countless tiny tributaries snaking out, pulling the water in every direction. Each distraction, each fleeting ping of a notification, each mindless scroll siphons your strength. Your flow weakens. Your destination fades. What have you lost to these endless diversions? In this battle to cut back on social media and take back control of your mind, the cost of constant distraction is not just time. It's your inner peace, your dreams, your very essence. You are here to reclaim the river's power. Let's stand together at the edge of this diverted stream and face the truth. Your attention is your most sacred force. Lose it and you lose yourself. Reclaim it and you become unstoppable. Feel the urgency now. The journey to redirect your flow begins today. You're sitting at a worn desk, textbooks open, a crucial exam looming just days away. You're a student with a vision, a degree, a future, a life built on the knowledge you're meant to absorb tonight. The words on the page blur as your phone vibrates, a tiny beacon of escape. Just one quick check, you tell yourself. A like on your latest post, a comment, another. Before you know it, an hour has slipped through your fingers, and the chapter you swore to master remains unread. You try again, but the cycle repeats. The pings are relentless, each one a tributary pulling your attention from the river of your purpose. By the night before the exam, panic sets in. You cram, you stumble, and when the results come, they sting. Not because you lacked ability, but because you lacked focus. Your mind was a stream diverted, its power scattered across 100 shallow pools of distraction. This isn't just a story of one night. It's a mirror to countless moments where you've let the digital current sweep you away. The cost. Not just a grade, but a piece of your confidence, a fracture in your belief in yourself. You've felt this before, haven't you? The lesson burns clear like a river split by endless offshoots. Your attention loses its might when you surrender to every fleeting pull. To take back control of your mind, you must dam these distractions and let your focus surge forward with singular, unstoppable force. As the takeaway of this journey reminds us. Takeaway. You must choose where your river flows. Now see yourself as an artist, a creator with a passion project burning in your soul. You've spent months sketching a piece that speaks to your deepest truths, a painting, a novel, a song. Your studio is your sanctuary, a place where the river of your creativity should run deep and true. But one evening, tired from a day's work, you scroll through social media for inspiration. You see polished works by others garnering thousands of likes, glowing comments. Doubt creeps in like a thief. Your unfinished piece feels inadequate, amateur. Why even try another post, another comparison? Hours pass and your canvas sits untouched. Days turn to weeks, and soon your project is abandoned, buried under the weight of 1,000 digital voices that aren't yours. The pain of this moment cuts deep. You didn't just lose time, you lost a piece of your spirit. Your river of creativity, once fierce and directed, was diverted by tributaries of comparison and self-doubt. The cost of this distraction is not just an unfinished work, it's the inner peace that comes from creating without judgment. As Stephen Pressfield wrote in The War of Art, most of us have two lives, the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. Social media became your resistance, a barrier to the life you're meant to live. The lesson echoes: redirect your stream. Protect your flow from the endless offshoots of comparison. Takeaway. Guard your vision as fiercely as a river guards its path to the sea. Pause for a moment. Look within. How many times has your mind been a river, diverted its strength, sapped by the shallow streams of distraction? You live in an age where every second is a battle for your attention. Social media isn't just a tool. It's a relentless current pulling you into whirlpools of comparison, validation, and noise. The cost isn't just measured in minutes or hours, it's in the erosion of your inner peace. When your focus splits, so does your power. You're left fragmented, a shadow of the force you could be. Think about it. How many goals have slipped through your grasp because you couldn't stay the course? How many quiet moments of clarity have been drowned out by the clamor of a screen? Consider the river. When it flows undivided, it carves canyons, shapes landscapes, sustains life. But when it's pulled in 100 directions, it becomes a swamp, stagnant, lost, purposeless. That's what distraction does to you. It robs you of momentum. It steals the stillness you need to hear your own voice. The ancient Stoics understood this. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Distraction is an outside event, a tributary you don't have to follow. Your strength lies in choosing your path. Reclaim your river. Let it flow with intention, not with the whims of every passing notification. Let's dig deeper. Why do you reach for that screen so often? Is it connection you seek or escape? Social media promises a bridge to others, but too often it builds a wall around your soul. Each scroll, each fleeting interaction, it's a tributary that tricks you into thinking you're part of something vast. But are you truly there? Or are you just a spectator watching life unfold through a distorted lens while your own river runs dry? The cost of this illusion is staggering. You trade real, messy, beautiful human moments for curated glimpses of others' lives. You trade the depth of your own thoughts for the surface-level noise of 1,000 strangers. Imagine your mind as a sacred valley meant to be nourished by the steady flow of your attention. When you let social media divert that flow, the valley withers. Your inner peace fades. Your goals become distant mirages. What have you sacrificed for this false connection? The answer lies in every unfinished dream, every moment of self-doubt seated by a stranger's highlight reel. You must see through the illusion. Like a river that refuses to be pulled astray, you must anchor your focus to what truly matters: your growth, your purpose, your peace. Takeaway. Only by cutting back on these diversions can you rediscover the strength of your undivided current. So how do you stop the endless tributaries from draining your river? It starts with a single deliberate act: build a dam against distraction. First, carve out sacred time moments in your day where your phone is not a guest. Turn it off, place it in another room, or lock it away if you must. Let this be your sanctuary, whether it's an hour of study, a burst of creation, or simply time to breathe. Second, replace the urge to scroll with a purposeful habit. Keep a notebook nearby. When the itch to check social media strikes, write down one thought, one goal, one reason you're fighting for your focus. Third, set a boundary. Limit your screen time with a timer or an app. Be ruthless. You're not cutting out connection, you're cutting out chaos. This isn't about deprivation, it's about reclamation. Every minute you save from the digital swamp is a minute returned to your river, strengthening its flow. Start small if you must, but start now. Each act of resistance builds your dam higher, protecting your peace and your purpose. Remember, as James Allen wrote in, "As a man thinketh." A man's mind may be likened to a garden which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. Don't let distraction overrun your garden. Tend to it. Guard it. Let your river run true. When distraction pulls you under refocus your current with intention. Begin by identifying your deepest why, the reason behind your goals. Is it freedom, growth, a legacy for those you love? Write it down and keep it visible. A note on your desk, a reminder on your wall. When the lure of social media tugs at you, glance at this anchor. Let it pull you back to your river's true path. Next, practice the art of single tasking. Choose one pursuit, be it a project, a skill, or a moment of stillness, and give it your full stream of attention. Silence the notifications. Close the tabs. Be present. Finally, reflect at day's end. Ask yourself, did I direct my flow today, or did I let it scatter? Adjust. Commit again tomorrow. These steps aren't just tactics. They're a rebellion against the forces that seek to splinter your mind. You're not a passive stream swayed by every breeze. You're a force of nature capable of carving your own path. Take back control moment by moment. Let each choice to refocus be a stone in the foundation of your inner peace. Takeaway. Your river's power is in your hands. Wield it with purpose. You've stood at the edge of the diverted stream long enough. You've seen the cost of constant distraction, how it fragments your focus, erodes your inner peace, and pulls you from the goals that burn within you. Through the students' shattered study sessions and the artist's abandoned vision, you've felt the sting of a river pulled in too many directions. Through reflection, you've uncovered the illusion of connection and the true price of a splintered mind. And through practical steps, you've armed yourself with tools to build your dam and refocus your current. The lesson is undeniable, Washan. Takeaway. You must choose to guard your attention as fiercely as a river guards its course. As we move forward, prepare to deepen this battle for control. The next stretch of your journey will test your resolve, but for now, hold this truth close. Let it be your guide through every distraction, every temptation to stray. Redirect your river. Let your focus carve the path to your destiny. Picture a blacksmith's forge, the air thick with heat and the scent of molten iron. Sparks fly as the hammer strikes, each blow deliberate, each cut precise. You are that blade, raw and unrefined, waiting to be shaped into something unbreakable. But what dulls your edge? The endless scroll, the digital noise, the constant hum of notifications that pull you from your purpose. In this moment, you stand at the anvil of your mind, hammer in hand, ready to carve away the excess and reclaim your sharpness. This is not just about cutting back on social media. It's about taking back control of your mind, honing your focus until it slices through distraction like a blade through silk. Feel the weight of this choice. You are not a passive victim of the screen. You are the craftsman of your destiny. Let's forge ahead together and sharpen the blade of your will. Imagine yourself as a freelancer, your laptop a battlefield strewn with half-finished projects and looming deadlines. Every morning you sit down with a plan, but within minutes your phone buzzes. A notification, then another. You swipe, scroll, and suddenly an hour vanishes into memes, arguments, and curated lives that aren't yours. Your inbox grows heavier, your creativity withers, and the day slips through your fingers like sand. You feel the weight of lost time, the dull ache of potential unfulfilled. This is the rust on your blade, the creeping corrosion of distraction. But one day you decide enough. You draw a line in the forge of your mind. You set strict digital boundaries, phone off for the first 3 hours of work. Social apps deleted from your home, screen notifications silenced. The first day is agony. Your hand reaches for the phantom device, but you resist. You breathe. You type. Slowly the words flow. By the end of the week, a project that lingered for months is complete. Your inbox is tamed, your mind clear as polished steel. You rediscover focus, a productivity so sharp it cuts through tasks with ease. The lesson burns bright mental discipline, hones your purpose through deliberate cuts. You didn't just limit social media, you forged a new edge to your life, reclaiming control with every boundary set. As Takeaway reminds us, the power lies in choosing what to cut away and shaping your mind with intention. Now see yourself as a teenager, lost in the labyrinth of high school pressures and digital noise. Your phone is a tether, always in hand, pulling you into endless feeds of perfect lives and fleeting trends. Hours dissolve into scrolling, leaving you hollow, comparing your quiet struggles to the highlight reels of others. Your thoughts scatter like ash in the wind, homework, unfinished dreams, unspoken clarity, a distant memory. The blade of your mind grows dull, buried under the weight of virtual voices that drown out your own. But one night you pause. You feel the ache for something real. You set the phone aside and pick up a pen. A journal lies before you, blank and waiting. You write one shaky sentence, then another. Thoughts spill out raw and unfiltered. Fears, hopes, questions you didn't know you carried. Each word is a strike on the anvil, shaping your inner world. Days turn to weeks and scrolling is replaced with reflection. You find clarity in your own thoughts, a strength you didn't know you had. The blade of your focus sharpens, cutting through self-doubt with every page. The lesson echoes like a hammer's ring. Mental discipline hones your purpose through deliberate cuts. By trading the screen for the pen, you've taken back control, aligning with Takeaway. That true power comes from crafting your mind with purposeful action. Let's step back to the forge for a moment. Consider the anvil of attention, where every thought you entertain is a strike that shapes your blade. Social media is a relentless hammer, striking without aim, bending your focus into jagged, useless forms. How much of your day is spent on autopilot, reacting to pings and posts that mean nothing to your deeper purpose? How many sparks of inspiration have you lost to the noise of 1,000 voices that aren't yours? The truth is stark. Your mind is a sacred workshop, and every distraction is a thief slipping through the door. Yet here's the revelation: pain is not your enemy, it's your heat. The discomfort of unplugging the itch to check just one more update is the fire that tempers your resolve. Like a blacksmith, you must embrace the struggle to refine your edge. Cutting back on social media isn't deprivation, it's liberation. It's choosing to strike with intention, to shape your attention into a tool of power. Think of your mind as molten iron, unformed, but brimming with potential. Every deliberate cut, every hour reclaimed from the digital void forges you into something stronger. You are not just surviving the noise, you are mastering it. So stand at the anvil, feel the heat, and ask yourself, what kind of blade will you become when you wield your focus with purpose? Now imagine your mind as a river, its current swift and wild, easily diverted by the boulders of distraction. Social media is a dam blocking your flow, pooling your energy into stagnant shallows where clarity cannot survive. Have you ever stopped to wonder how much of your life has been swept away by this artificial barrier? How many dreams have drifted downstream while you stared at a screen, mesmerized by its false currents? But a river, even when obstructed, holds the power to carve mountains. So too does your discipline. Cutting back on social media is not a single act. It's a steady erosion of old habits, a relentless push to redirect your flow toward purpose. Like the blacksmith sharpening a blade, you must chip away at the excess minute by minute, choice by choice, until your path is clear. Mental discipline is your current, your force. It hones your purpose through deliberate cuts, guiding you back to the deep waters of focus and intention. As part to takeaway teaches, control is not found in resisting the river's pull, but in steering it with unwavering will. You are not powerless against the digital tide. You are the river itself, unstoppable when you choose your course. Let's get to the hammer and anvil of action. If you're ready to cut back on social media and reclaim your mind, start with boundaries as sharp as a newly forged blade. First, audit your digital habits. Track one day every swipe, every scroll. Be honest. See how much time slips away, then set a hard limit. Decide on a specific window, say 30 minutes daily, and stick to it like iron to the forge. Use tools if you must, app blockers, grayscale mode, or even a simple box to lock your phone away during work hours. Next, replace the void. Distraction thrives in empty spaces, so fill them with purpose. Pick one task, writing, reading, walking, and commit to it during the hours you'd usually scroll. Let this be your strike, your deliberate cut against the noise. Finally, guard your mornings. Keep the first hour of your day sacred, free from screens. Let your mind wake on its own terms, not shaped by someone else's algorithm. These steps aren't just rules, they're the heat that tempers your will. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow, richest strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Your struggle is here in these boundaries. Forge them and watch your focus sharpen. Now let's build the inner workshop where your mind becomes a masterpiece. Cutting back on social media isn't just about less screen time, it's about more you time. Start by creating a ritual of reflection. Each evening, take 10 minutes to write pen to paper, no screens. List 3 things you noticed about your day: 1 thought that weighed on you, and 1 intention for tomorrow. This isn't busy work. It's a hammer strike shaping your awareness away from digital clutter and toward your own voice. Then anchor yourself with a physical cue. Wear a bracelet, carry a small stone, something tangible to touch when the urge to scroll creeps in. Let it remind you, I am crafting my mind. I choose control. Finally, celebrate the small cuts. Each hour unplugged, each task completed without interruption is a victory. Mark it. Feel it. As James Clear advises in Atomic Habits, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Vote for focus. Vote for clarity. These steps are your tools, your grindstone. Use them to sharpen the blade of your purpose, aligning with conscious part. Takeaway, and watch how quickly control returns to your hands. Return once more to the forge. See the fire of choice burning before you, its flames licking at the edges of your resolve. Every moment you spend on social media or away from it is a decision, a spark that either dulls or sharpens your edge. Have you ever considered the cost of each mindless scroll? not just in minutes, but in the erosion of your will, the quiet theft of your potential. The digital world is a seductive flame, warming at first but scorching if you linger too long. Yet here's the power: you hold the tongs. You decide where to place your blade, how long to let it heat, when to strike. Cutting back on social media is not a punishment, it's a reclamation. It's choosing to step away from the inferno of distraction and into the controlled fire of discipline. Mental discipline hones your purpose through deliberate cuts, as Takeaway illuminates. Think of every no to a notification as a yes to your deeper self. You are not just avoiding noise. You are crafting silence, a space where your true voice can ring clear. So stand in the heat, wield your choices like a hammer, and forge a mind that no distraction can dull. As we step away from the forge, let the heat of this journey linger. You've seen the freelancer carve boundaries from chaos, reclaiming focus with every strike. You've walked with the teenager who traded scrolling for journaling, finding clarity in the quiet of their own thoughts. You've stood at the anvil of attention, felt the river of discipline, and held the fire of choice in your hands. The insight burns bright. Cutting back on social media is not a loss, but a gain, a deliberate cut that sharpens the blade of your mind. Takeaway is your guiding flame, a reminder that control is yours to claim one intentional strike at a time. Now carry this heat forward. Let it fuel your next steps as we prepare to explore how these reclaimed moments can build something greater, a life of purpose unmarred by digital noise. Stand tall at the forge of your will. Hammer in hand, blade in progress. Know that every cut brings you closer to mastery. Final mantra: strike with intention, sharpen your purpose. Picture yourself standing at the base of a towering mountain, its peak shrouded in a thick, unyielding fog. You can sense the summit is there, a place of breathtaking clarity and unshakable purpose. But the haze of endless notifications, likes and scrolling, buries it from view. Every swipe on your screen adds another layer of mist, pulling you further from the truth you seek. Can you feel it? The weight of digital noise clouding your mind, dulling your spirit. But here's the promise: beyond that fog awaits a vision so clear it will redefine who you are. Welcome to a pivotal moment in your journey to take back control of your mind by cutting back on social media. In this space, we're not just stepping away from the screen, we're stepping into transformation. You're here to experience the renewal that comes when the static fades and your inner voice grows loud. This is about breaking through the fog, not with reckless haste, but with deliberate, courageous steps. Feel the ground beneath you. Sense the air clearing with every choice to unplug. You're climbing towards something real, something yours. Let's ascend together and uncover the clarity that waits at the peak. Imagine yourself as a writer hunched over a desk littered with half-finished drafts. Words used to flow from you like a river, wild and unstoppable, but now they trickle, choked by the constant pull of social media. Every few minutes you check your phone, another post, another comparison. Your latest story sits untouched while you scroll through polished lives and curated feeds, each one whispering, "You're not enough." The fog of distraction thickens and your creativity suffocates beneath it. You're lost, wandering in a haze of other people's highlight reels. Then something shifts. You decide to unplug for a week. No apps, no notifications, just you and the blank page. The first day feels like scaling a sheer cliff. Your hands tremble with the urge to check, to escape into the digital void. But by day 3, the fog begins to lift. You sit down and a sentence emerges raw and honest. Then another. Ideas spark like embers catching flame. You write for hours, lost in a world of your own making, not someone else's. By the end of the week, you've crafted a piece that hums with authenticity, a story only you could tell. The mountain peak looms clearer now. You see it through the thinning mist. Clarity wasn't in the likes or comments. It was in the silence you reclaimed. The lesson here ties to the mountain hidden by fog. Social media's endless scroll is a haze that obscures your unique voice. But when you step away, you rise above it. You glimpse the summit, your true potential, and realize that your best work, your deepest thoughts live beyond the noise. As the fog dissipates, you understand clarity is your creation forged in the quiet. Now picture yourself as a busy parent racing through days packed with work errands and endless to-dos. Your phone is your lifeline, emails, updates, and quick glances at social media to unwind. But every scroll steals a moment from your family. You're there physically, but your mind is elsewhere, lost in a fog of trending posts and viral videos. Your child tugs at your sleeve asking for a story, but you murmur, "Just a minute," as you refresh the feed. The haze grows denser, and the connection you crave with your loved ones slips further away. One weekend, you make a choice. You power down the phone and commit to being present. No screens, no distractions, just you and your family. At first, it's jarring. The silence feels like a void. But then you notice things you've missed: the way your partner's laughter lights up a room, the curious glint in your child's eyes as they build a tower of blocks. You play, you talk, you listen. A walk in the park becomes a treasure hunt for oddly shaped leaves, and dinner transforms into a shared ritual, not a rushed chore. The fog of digital noise lifts, revealing the peak of what matters most: real, unfiltered connection. You've climbed higher than you thought possible in just 2 days. This story mirrors the mountain metaphor. The haze of social media can blind you to the beauty right in front of you, but when you unplug, even for a weekend, the mist parts. You see the summit of genuine relationships, and the lesson shines through clarity, comes when you choose presence over pixels. Your family, your heart, they are the view worth reaching for. Let's pause and reflect on this fog that surrounds us. It's not a natural mist born of the earth. It's a man-made haze woven from endless streams of content designed to keep you tethered. Social media is a storm of distraction, each notification a gust of wind pushing you off course. It promises connection, but delivers chaos, clouding your mind until you forget the mountain even exists. How many hours have you lost staring into that fog, searching for meaning in a stranger's post? How many of your own dreams have faded while you chased validation through a screen? Yet here's the truth: the fog is not your prison, it's your challenge. Like a climber facing a shrouded peak, you must decide to push through. The haze of digital noise is thick, but it's not impenetrable. Every time you set the phone down, every moment you choose silence over scrolling, you carve a path upward. The mountain, your clarity, your purpose waits beyond the mist. It's not a gift handed to you, it's a summit you earn. As Brené Brown reminds us in Daring Greatly, vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Stepping away from the noise is vulnerable, but it's where transformation begins. You're not running from the fog, you're rising above it. Feel that shift. The air is clearer already. Consider this: the mountain peak isn't just a destination, it's a mirror. When the fog of social media lifts, what you see at the top isn't just a view, it's a reflection of who you are without the clutter. The endless scroll is a river of noise eroding your focus, washing away your sense of self. But when you step back, when you dam that river with intention, you rediscover the solid ground of your own thoughts. Have you ever wondered what you're truly capable of when the haze no longer blinds you? Think of your mind as a vast landscape, the mountain at its center. Social media scatters debris across that terrain, doubts, comparisons, trivialities, until the path to your peak is lost. But reduced digital noise is the wind that clears the way, revealing the trail you were always meant to climb. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, that belief, that vision sharpens when the fog dissipates." You don't need 1,000 voices telling you who to be. You need the quiet to hear your own. The summit within is waiting. Rise to meet it and let clarity be your guide. Now let's build a bridge from reflection to action. If you're ready to experience the transformation of reduced digital noise, start with a deliberate detox. First, choose a time frame, whether it's a weekend, a week, or even a single day each week. Mark it on your calendar as sacred, a commitment to yourself. Next, set boundaries: turn off notifications, delete apps temporarily, or place your phone in another room during key hours. Replace the urge to scroll with a tangible act: journaling, walking, or simply sitting in stillness. When the itch to check arises, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding by reaching for the screen? Track your progress. Each day you unplug, note one thing you noticed: a clearer thought, a deeper conversation, a moment of peace. This isn't about deprivation, it's about rediscovery. You're not losing connection, you're gaining clarity. The fog lifts with every intentional step, and the mountain peak of your true focus comes into view. Start small, but start now. Your mind is waiting to be reclaimed. Beyond a detox, weave mindfulness into your daily climb. Set specific no-scroll zones, perhaps during meals the first hour after waking or the last hour before sleep. These are your clearings in the fog spaces where you stand tall without digital interference. When you do use social media, do so with purpose. Allocate 15 minutes, set a timer and stick to it. Before logging in, ask, what do I need from this? After, reflect, did it serve me? Cultivate habits that anchor you to the present. Carry a small notebook for sudden ideas or emotions. Write them instead of posting them. Spend 5 minutes each day in silence, listening to your breath, not the buzz of notifications. As Robin Sharma notes in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, your life moves to a magical dimension when you start savoring the simple pleasures. These habits are your footholds on the mountain. They keep you steady as the haze of distraction swirls below. Choose them daily and watch clarity become your constant companion. Let's linger on the reward that awaits beyond the fog. The transformation from reduced digital noise isn't just a fleeting moment of peace. It's a profound shift in how you see yourself and the world. Imagine standing at the summit, the mist gone, the horizon endless. Every step away from social media was a stone laid on your path upward. The clarity you feel now isn't borrowed or fleeting. It's yours, hard-won and unbreakable. Isn't it time you claim that view for yourself? This climb teaches you resilience. The fog of distraction will always return creeping in with every new app or trend. But now you know its nature. You've seen the peak and you carry its image in your heart. You understand that clarity isn't a one-time gift. It's a muscle you strengthen with every choice to unplug. The mountain stands as a symbol of your power to rise above the noise. You're not a victim of the haze, you're a victor over it. Hold that truth. Let it fuel your next ascent. As we stand together on this ledge, looking back at the fog we've pierced, the transformation is undeniable. You've seen how stepping away from social media's relentless hum reveals a clarity that reshapes your creativity, your relationships, and your very sense of self. Through the stories of the writer and the parent, through reflections on the nature of distraction and the summit within, you've witnessed what's possible when the haze lifts. The key lesson echoes loud, true clarity awaits beyond the noise, and it's yours to claim when you choose to unplug with intention. The mountain peak, once hidden, now shines in your vision. It's not just a destination, it's a reminder of your strength to rise above the digital storm. Carry this insight forward. Keep climbing, keep clearing the mist, and let every step affirm your control over your mind. As you prepare for the next stretch of this journey, hold fast to the truth that clarity isn't given, it's earned. Final mantra: rise above the fog. Your summit awaits. Picture yourself on a jagged cliff, the ocean roaring below a storm, tearing through the night. Amidst the chaos, you stand as a lighthouse, unyielding your beam, cutting through the darkness. You are not just surviving, you are guiding. Your mind, freed from the relentless noise of digital waves, shines as a beacon for others, lost in the tempest of endless scrolling. Can you feel the power in that? The strength to not only reclaim your own clarity, but to inspire others to do the same? In this journey of cutting back on social media, of taking back control of your mind, you've wrestled with distraction, silenced the siren call of notifications, and carved out space for what truly matters. Now, in this moment, your mission transcends personal victory. It's about standing as a lighthouse, showing others the way to mental freedom. You're not just saving yourself from the storm, you're illuminating a path for those still trapped in the fog of digital overload. Let's rise together. Let's explore how your transformation can spark a ripple of change, guiding others to shore. Imagine yourself as a team leader, the weight of deadlines and expectations pressing down like a gathering storm. Your phone buzzes incessantly, likes comments, shares a constant barrage of validation and distraction. Your team mirrors your chaos, their focus splintered by the same digital chains. Meetings are interrupted by notifications. Ideas drown in a sea of memes and trends. You see it in their eyes, they're adrift, tethered to screens instead of purpose. But one day you decide enough is enough. You cut back. You silence the apps, set boundaries, and reclaim your mental space. The storm still rages outside, but within you there's calm, a lighthouse rising. At first your team doesn't understand. Why aren't you responding instantly, they ask. Aren't we missing out? But you stand firm. You share your journey raw and real. You tell them how the constant scrolling stole your focus, how it eroded your ability to listen, to lead. You admit the struggle of unplugging, the fear of being left behind, but you also reveal the clarity that followed. I'm here now, you say, looking them in the eye, undistracted. Slowly you guide them to prioritize real connection. You institute device-free meetings, encourage face-to-face brainstorming, and celebrate ideas born from presence, not posts. One by one they follow. They see your lighthouse, your steadiness amidst the digital storm, and they begin to anchor themselves. The lesson is clear: when you embody mental freedom, you don't just transform yourself, you become a guide. Like a lighthouse, your clarity pierces the chaos, showing others they too can stand tall. You didn't lecture or demand, you lived the change. And in doing so, you lit the way. Now picture yourself with a close friend, someone you've known for years. Yet lately your bond feels shallow, diluted by screens. You meet for coffee, but their eyes are glued to their phone thumb, swiping through an endless feed. Did you see this, they ask, showing you a video you've already scrolled past. The conversation stumbles, fragmented by notifications. You feel the distance, a chasm widened by digital noise. But you've walked this path before. You've cut back, reclaimed your mind. You know the storm they're caught in, and you refuse to let it pull them under. So you act. Let's unplug for a day, you propose, your voice steady, a beacon in their fog. They hesitate, laugh it off, but you persist. You paint a picture of what could be hiking through a forest, the crunch of leaves underfoot, laughter echoing without the hum of a screen. Reluctantly, they agree. That day something shifts. Without the weight of their phone, they notice the world, the way the sunlight filters through branches, the rhythm of their own breath. You talk about dreams and fears, not just trending topics. By nightfall, they're different, lighter, present. I didn't realize how much I was missing, they confess. You smile, knowing you've guided them to shore, your lighthouse shining through their storm. The takeaway burns bright: your choice to unplug doesn't just free you, it can awaken others. When you stand as a lighthouse, your presence, undiluted, unwavering, becomes a gift, a signal to those lost in digital waves that there's a better way. Pause for a moment. Reflect on this. How many lives could you touch if your mind stood as a lighthouse, unshaken by the storms of social media? In a world where attention is fragmented, where every ping and post scatters focus like debris in a gale, your clarity is rare. It's a force. When you free yourself from the digital deluge, you don't just save your own ship, you become a signal for others, proof that mental freedom is possible. Think of your mind as a towering structure on a rocky shore, built not of stone, but of resolve. Each time you choose presence over a screen, you strengthen its foundation. Each time you resist the pull of endless scrolling, your beam grows brighter. Consider the alternative. If you remain caught in the storm, buffeted by notifications and comparison, what light can you offer? A dim flicker, easily snuffed out. But when you take back control, when you guard your mental space like a sacred harbor, you radiate strength. Others see it. They feel it. Your calm amidst chaos becomes their hope. As Viktor E. Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, what is to give light must endure burning. Your struggle to unplug, to stand firm, is the flame that fuels your beacon. Embrace it. Let it burn. For in that fire you guide others to their own freedom. Have you ever thrown a stone into a still pond and watched the ripples spread, reaching shores you couldn't see? That's what happens when you embody mental freedom. Your decision to cut back on social media, to silence the noise, isn't just personal. It's a wave that touches others. You stand as a lighthouse, yes, but your light doesn't stop at the horizon. It travels, stirring hearts and minds, awakening those who didn't even know they were asleep. Think of a ship lost in fog, its crew desperate for direction. Your beam cuts through, not with words, but with action. Your presence, your focus, your refusal to be swayed by digital storms, they see it, and it shifts something within them. This isn't about preaching or forcing change. It's about being. When you live with intention, when you choose real connection over virtual validation, you plant a seed in others. You remind them of a truth buried beneath layers of likes and retweets, that the mind unburdened is a powerful force. Like a river carving through stone, your example wears down their doubts slowly, persistently. So ask yourself, who in your life needs your light right now? Who is waiting, even unknowingly, for you to show them the way out of the storm? If you want to inspire others to take back control of their minds, start with your own actions. It's not enough to talk about cutting back on social media, you must embody it. Begin today with a simple, bold step, set a visible boundary. Announce to your circle friends, family, colleagues that for a set time each day you're offline. Maybe it's during meals or the first hour after work. Make it clear, not with judgment, but with purpose, I'm choosing to be present. Then stick to it. Let them see your phone face down, your attention undivided. Your consistency will speak louder than any sermon. Next, create shared moments free of screens. Invite someone for a walk, a coffee, a game, anything that demands real engagement. Don't just suggest it, lead it. Show them the richness of undistracted time. When they hesitate, caught in the pull of their feed, gently remind them this moment won't wait, but that post will. Be patient. Change takes time. But every time you choose presence over pixels, you're a lighthouse guiding them through the storm. Track your progress. Note how many real conversations you've had in a week. That's your beam growing brighter. Inspiring others isn't just about what you do, it's about what you share. Open up about your struggle to cut back on social media. Be raw, be real. Tell someone, a friend, a teammate, how the constant noise once drowned your focus, how it stole your peace. Then share the turning point, the day you chose to unplug, the first time you felt your mind clear like a sky after rain. Paint the picture of what you gained: deeper connections, sharper thoughts, a sense of control. Don't lecture, narrate. Let your story be the lighthouse that shows them a path through their own storm. Make it actionable for them. Suggest a small step. Try 1 hour without your phone tonight. See what you notice. Offer to join them in it. Accountability is a powerful anchor. As Robin Sharma writes in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, your life is a mirror. What you see in others is a reflection of what you are. Reflect freedom. Reflect focus. When they see your transformation, they'll hunger for their own. Keep a journal of these conversations. Each one is a ripple spreading your light further. Let's face this truth: the storm of digital distraction will never fully cease. It's a force as relentless as the ocean, always crashing, always pulling. New apps will rise, new notifications will beckon, and the world will keep spinning faster. But here's the power: you hold your mind when freed as a lighthouse that no storm can topple. You are built of sterner stuff, resolve, intention, will. Each time you choose to cut back to guard your mental space, you reinforce your tower. Each time you guide another through the fog, your light burns fiercer. Ask yourself, what legacy will your light leave? Will you be remembered as someone who drifted with the current, lost in the noise, or as someone who stood firm, a beacon for others? The choice is yours every day and every moment. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Conceive of yourself as unshakable. Believe in your power to guide. The storm may rage, but your light, your clarity, your freedom will endure, a signal to all who seek safe harbor. As we stand on this cliff together, looking out over the churning sea of digital noise, let's hold fast to what we've uncovered. You've seen how embodying mental freedom transforms not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Through the stories of a leader who turned off the noise, and a friend who gifted presence through reflections on the power of your beam and the ripples of your stand. One truth shines clear: when you take back control of your mind, you become a lighthouse for others. You guide them to their own clarity, their own strength. The key lesson here is that your personal victory over social media's pull is a communal triumph. Your light saves more than just yourself. So keep standing tall. Keep cutting back. Let your mind be that unyielding beacon, piercing the storm, showing the way. As we move forward, we'll dive deeper into sustaining this freedom, into fortifying your tower against the relentless waves. But for now, hold this truth close, repeat it with every breath. Stand as a lighthouse. Your light guides the lost to freedom.